Hello and welcome to another Raggy's beer review. And I've now broke up. I'm off now for a week and a half or 11 days, whichever's longer. So we're going back over to Peterhead in Scotland to an amazing brewery. They've really released some banging beers and a lot of different beers as well. Brewtoon micro brewery, and this is their Scurry Island Session IPA at 4%. There we go. And there's the artwork writing on the back, as you can see. It says, Scurry Island is a crushable session IPA with lemon, a grapefruit and a resinous character. Extra pale malts create a light golden appearance, whilst the addition of caramel adds a touch of sweetness which balance the piney citrus flavours of this robust India Pale Ale. Hops are Cascade, Columbus and Centennial. Malts are Extra Pale, Marisotta, Lager, Dextrin and Caramel. Yeast is US 05. I've actually used US 05 myself in a beer. So let's get this done. Oh, do you know, feels absolutely amazing. Ooh, definitely got the lemon and the grapefruit. Ooh, and a slight resiny earthiness as well, to be fair. Right, that's the beer review over. But let's carry on. Let's see what it looks like. So there's what it looks like now. Crystal clear, golden pour, sporadic carbonation, a white head on there. It could change. You know, it may have settled in transit. Looks good though, doesn't it? More subtle on the nose, I find. Oh, but by heck, the taste, absolutely sublime. Oh, and relax. Obviously, we're going down to Cheltenham first, then to St Ives in Cornwall. Hoping, no guarantees. Definitely doing Daya first night. Hoping to get to Verdant, hoping to get to St Ives, possibly Skinners, and wherever else life takes us. Like most people, while you're down there, you want to explore, don't you? I've never been. So in the daytime, go and do some exploring to a new town or city. Not that I know what cities are down there. And then a third part of our journey, we're going to Exeter. And there's a few breweries there as well. So, blooming heck, I'm going to be a lot poorer by next weekend. But obviously you'll pay for food and that in the day, bit of spending money. Just in case you want to buy something. Yeah, all good fun. But yeah, really looking forward to it. I haven't had a break, a long break this year yet. And it's nice to get away. Sometimes you just need a break, don't you? You know, from life. We're at the end of the year now where, well, from a workplace point of view, the gardens are looking really good. Certainly not as good as they could have been again this year. But I can't do anything about the weather. Can't do anything about nearly 5 months of literally hardly any rain. Very, very, very tough. But the plants that are now flowering are looking really good. Same in my own garden, they're looking really, really good. And yeah, I'm going to do my absolute and utmost best to see what will win for next year. Because in gardening, as in beer reviews, as in beers, there's always a way to win. And that's my hopes and aspirations anyway. So my last night of doing any beer reviews from in here for a while. I've got a few beer reviews stocked up, but not many. Obviously, while we're away, I'll be doing beer reviews or some sort of review. Yeah. There may be something on the agenda. Yeah, we've got a plan, as it were. Oh. So yeah, it's tasting great. Certainly living up to its lemon, grapefruit, pine, resinous elements, slightly earthy for me as well. And again, what a brewery. A massive thank you to Mr. Mark McGarver over in Scotland, who's been donating these Scottish beers to the channel, you know, over the years. And I've had breweries, I've had people, I've had shops donating to the channel, and you know, it blows my mind that people, I think it's the background that I come from, you know, life's pretty tough, and you know, you'll have noticed that I work 12-hour days, and you know, probably like a lot of people, and it's not, certainly I look at beers over a certain price and I'm literally not doing it anymore. You know, 4 or 5 quid now is probably my limit on beers, buying beers in can, which kind of kills me from being a beer reviewer who can review a lot of the big craft beers at the moment, because most of them start at bloody 5 quid. But it is what it is, you know. I'm happy in doing what I'm doing, and you know, doing my bit for the world of beer reviews, and hopefully being, you know, a good ambassador for beer reviewers. Being honest, not telling bollocks, you know, and not reading off a script or anything like that. No point anyway, because one, I couldn't be arsed to have a script and write a script out. I couldn't be arsed. And notes, write it out. It's just not for me. I'll look at the beer wall and all of a sudden I'll just pick a beer and that's it. I always find that, you know, I don't plan anything. You know, it is what it is. And yeah, beer wall's a bit low these days. It may pick up a bit after my holiday with a load of Cornwall beers. I'm super hoping that I can find a Tesco's or something down there and grab a load of beers, 4 for £7.50s, you know, and get, I don't know, 20 beers that way. Because roughly 2 quid a beer, that's not bad, you know. Although I'm going to go out this afternoon and buy some beers, because I need to do a beer versus beer before I go away on holiday. Oh. So this is the last of the, I've got the Juicy Belter still here, the second Juicy Belter. I'm actually going to take that on holiday and share it between me and Andy from the Happy Drinkers as one of our beers we're going to share. And I've got a few share beers and yeah, not very much left after that. But it's been, this box set of Brewtoon has been absolutely amazing. You know, they really are some classy brewery, and just look at that glass. Yeah, it's worth, for anybody watching this who likes the sound of these Brewtoon beers, I can absolutely hand on heart say they've been amazing. Celebrating 5 years of Brewtoon, established in 2017. 8 years. So obviously this was the 5-year glass. Yeah. I'm sure I've read it somewhere on the can as well about 5 years. 1 minute. I've read it somewhere about 5 years. Yeah. Oh well, 8 years then. But yeah, unless my maths are wrong. Hold on a minute. Let me just double check, because it got me thinking now. Hold on. Yeah, definitely says 2017. And you'll notice that I put it over there. I don't leave it here in case what you get is something drops off and breaks my glasses. I have broke some absolute banging glasses that I've paid like 10 quid for a glass. 10 quid for a bloody glass of beer, and you can drop another glass on top, or bottle on top of it. More so in the days where I used to drink a little bit too much. These days I'm not so bad, to be fair. Yes, I'm more liberal these days. I'm no flipping angel, never will be. So yeah, Brewtoon. One day maybe I'll get my backside over all the way up to Peterhead in Aberdeenshire, I think it is. Likelihood of that happening? Probably not. You know, as much as I'd love to visit beer places across the UK, but obviously work, family all takes its time, and then gardening. You know, if there's one thing I can say about gardening is that I spread a little bit of happiness when I do people's gardens, and if I can give them something, a plant, some flowers for their garden, it makes them happy. It makes them happy that they're paying some idiot, some bloke, to do their garden. Well, they could do it themselves most likely, if they really wanted to. Yeah, it makes people happy that they're paying that money, but they're getting something anyway back in return. Yeah, and I'm all good with that. If I've got it, they can have it. I don't care. You know, plants are so expensive these days. Oh, so bit of a beer review, bit of a chat, because yeah, I finished. I'm going to go out, I'm going to give my car a clean, tidy the car up, shake the mat that's in the back of the car, put all the tools away so that nothing's on show for some arse to come by and rob you, because the car's going to be parked up for a week. Although under cameras, there's cameras watching the car anyway. Sun's here anyway, neighbours are around. Luckily, we've got good neighbours, surrounded by good neighbours, so it's all good. And most of the tools have already been took out. The work tools are already back at work. Yep. And everything else is all tickety-boo. I'm looking forward to, you know, an interesting week away, and yeah. Oh, it's quite nice really, because we had a holiday in October last year, and it sets you up. You know, that rush, that gap between October and Christmas isn't that far. And again, at Christmas, I'll have a good week or so off. And then I've got a good long stretch then to Easter where I really don't have any time off. I may well work extra hours if I need to pull the sites in, either of the sites in, to make them look as amazing as I want them to, you know, then I will. And you look at what works from a gardening perspective, you look at what works and you think to yourself, okay, that didn't work this year, bloody weather. But also weeds are a pain. Being a gardener, weeds are a pain. I've got a bed at work, and it's right in the viewpoint, and it's a bloody weedy bed. And I think when I get back off my holiday, I'm going to go through said bed and do some weed killing, but small weed killing where I'm kneeling down, making sure that my plants aren't getting any weed killing and killing them back to the bloody roots. So hopefully do it once, then do it again, and then do it again, and you win. You've got to win. Anyway, I've rattled. I've enjoyed this. It's been a good beer for rattling. I'm going out later, so I'm driving probably as well. So 4%, yeah, one beer, job's good, and that's good enough for me. It's only, is it 440ml can? Yeah. And again, Brewtoon. I don't know if Brewtoon are watching this. I know Mark probably is. But you are some company, you know. I've drank beers from all the best breweries across the UK. I'm lucky in Nottingham to have some absolute banging breweries on my doorstep. Neon Raptor, Black Iris, Alter Ego, Bang the Elephant, and they're the sort of breweries that for Brewtoon would be a great collab. Certainly for me, Bang the Elephant and Alter Ego, and maybe Craft Beer Brewery as well. I forgot about them. Free breweries, very craft related breweries that do lots of crazy things with beer, you know, but make fantastic beer. If anyone from Brewtoon watches this, please, one, contact Nottingham Craft Beer Festival. Say to them, some bloke called Raggy keeps saying that we'd be a good fit. You'd be a bloody excellent fit for our beer festival. But two, please contact Bang the Elephant, Alter Ego, and Craft Brew Co. They're all in Nottinghamshire, Derbyshire area. So for one of your guys to come down, and I'm sure they'd sort some sort of accommodation out. You know, they're three great breweries, lots of great people, and for collabs, it'd be stunning. Get your name down here, get your beers down in the Nottingham area. Collabs, their beers up to Scotland. You know, that reciprocation is absolutely what makes the brewery beer world amazing. And they're all great people as well. I know them all, drank with them all, and yeah, they're good friends. Oh, and in an Emperor's Brewery glass as well. Emperor's Brewery is based next door to Bang the Elephant. Nice bloke. Lemon, grapefruit, piney, resin, earthy. But a bloody nice Session IPA. Would I drink this again? Session IPAs are not a raggy beer review thing. I hate them normally because they're normally pissy, wishy-washy beers. They are, and they can be. That had good flavour. I did not know I was drinking a 4%, but apart from the fact I knew. I really enjoyed it. And I've chatted for longer than I should have chatted on the beer review because, you know, I rattled. And you can't beat a good rattling now and again. Out of 5. Again, a good 4.55 for me. This brewery, stunning beers. It's so refreshing to review beers from a brewery that is creating beers from all sides of the spectrum, and bloody good beer as well. You know, let's never forget that a lot of breweries out there, they'll get a reputation, the beer starts to go down that way. There is a Scottish brewery, as we know. We're brewing it, and their beers are, and sadly, you know, a lot of people's jobs are in jeopardy because of it. and keeping the quality high as best as you can is what keeps, but it also keeps people interested, because every bad beer that someone drinks puts them off beer. So every good beer keeps you in the mood to drink more beer, as long as you don't drink too much. Thank you for watching. See you soon.